Hello, traders. We're 2 hours into trading on Friday, April 16th. Let's take a look at the last pick that I posted. It was on XOM Wednesday. You can see a real yawner. Stock hasn't done a whole lot of anything. So we're going to move on to the market, take a look at what's happening. I believe we're going to see a little bit of selling today, and here's why. You can see market gapped higher. The first candle right out of the gate, long red candle closing on its low. That's not how you want to start a gap higher. And you can see how we filled in the gap almost instantly in the first half hour of trading. This sets a bearish tone. You can see how we tried to rally up, but unlike yesterday, where you get this compression, nice high, then you make another high, we haven't seen that type of buying today. In fact, sellers have been able to keep a lid on this, and we are seeing a series of lower highs. And now we're coming back down to this support level, which has been tried once, twice. Got this support level here. I think we're going to test that low of the day a few times and then whoosh down. And if we go into what happened a few days ago, this is exactly what I told you was going to happen on Wednesday. I'd mentioned to you when I did the video, it was right about in here. I said, look, we've tested it once, twice. I think we'll probably test it a third time, but later in the day, you're going to see a long red candle, and that is going to trigger sell stops. That's exactly what happened. So buyers, 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 they love buying here on support because they have very limited downside risk. If I buy here, I'm going to stop myself out if it makes a new low. Same thing here. Buy here, I'm going to stop myself out down here. So my downside is relatively contained, but I've got nice upside to the trade. Traders are always looking for limited downside and good upside. So if it bounces and runs up to the high of the day, that's a nice entry point for me. Unfortunately, programs know this mentality. And so they know that if they break that low of the day, they're going to trigger sell stops. What happens next is critically important. Here we paused for one bar and then had follow through. That is bearish. If you were just going to trigger sell stops, you would have a long red candle. Everybody gets out of their long positions, and then you'd have a bullish engulfing candle, and we come right back into the range. When you get follow through like this, you know you're going to be heading lower. So in any event, let's take a look at the price action today. I think we're going to see similar bounce, 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 whoosh later in the afternoon. Don't want to finish the week on a soft note like that, but I think that that might happen. Now, in the last hour of trading, we have seen some nice rallies, and in particular on Fridays. So we will see if we get a nice bounce off of that low late in the day. We'll be looking to trade some lottery calls. We love doing that in the last hour of trading on Friday. Here you can see bearish cross 10p coming into play right here. Yeah, we've been generally lower, and then we've basically been around the zero line on the 10p indicator, but we are making a series of lower highs. So watch for the market to take out that low today. I'm going to show you a couple of stocks that I like on the bearish side. We're going to focus a little bit more on day trading today. So let's bring our custom search engine into view. Option liquidity, and I can ratchet this up a little bit. I'm not overly concerned about it since I trade stocks on this particular search. I want heavy volume today. I want a stock that's above the prior day's high, and I want to bring up my short squeeze list. So it will only search those candidates that are in that short squeeze list. And I'm going to unmark option liquidity. It's not that important to us. We'll take a look at these three candidates. We've been on them today. Tell me if you think you can make some money on these. We have already been in and out of these positions. CLOV. Look at that baby go. Look at that volume. Lots of money made on these. Here's another really nice one. You can see huge volume coming in here. This is when it starts popping on our list. DCT did not pop up until just recently because it had not taken out the prior day's high. But you can see here WKHS came into view right in here around the 1272 level. Stock has been $1 higher. Beautiful. This continues to be an awesome way for us to make money during the day. And you can see how even though this is highly shorted, these stocks can tend to go down or even stay flat for a long period of time before they finally catch a bid. And when they catch a bid, they come up on this search. Very powerful day trading tool. So we've got that. I like those stocks. On the long side, we'll see what else comes up on our short squeeze list today. Now I'm going to show you a couple of other stocks. We'll go into a bearish day trading search, and I'm going to click on heavy selling. And here are some candidates on the short side. PINS has been pretty weak today. You can see how it's right on that 50-day moving average. If it can break that 50-day moving average and the market starts to sell off, I think you're going to see some nice momentum, and you'll see that stock test the low of the day, which you've got 75.50, about a $2 move. So plenty of room on that one. SPLK, excuse me, on the low of the day. Take a look at that daily chart. Nice big gap here. It's on its low right now. It's got room down to that horizontal support level. That also looks great. ATVI needs to get below this 50-day moving average, but the reason that I'm pulling it up is because we can see some of the gaming stocks on other searches. TTWO is one that I want to highlight, and I can't recall which search it came up on, but let's bring it up because I think that is a nice short. So you've got the 50-day moving average right here, downward sloping trend line. You can see how the stock has not been able to get above the 50-day moving average, never made a real attempt at that 100-day moving average. So we've got lots of room down to that 200-day moving average. Stock is on its low of the day. TTWO is one that I like for day trading on the short side. So how do you play it? Well, right now you've got a little bit of a bounce taking place in the underlying stock. So I'm going to click on the alert, and I'll click on that bar right there, and I'm going to know if that point is breached on the downside. I'll get a pop-up alert. If the stock starts to rebound a little bit more and grind higher, I will draw an upward sloping trend line. Click 2 points, and I'll be able to drop that. Z is a favorite short of mine. You can see relative weakness throughout the course of the day. Let's put that SPY overlay up. You can see market rallies, market's higher than it was the day before, the S&P 500. Pretty decent day. What's the stock done since the open? Down, down, down. It is relatively weak, and it's below the 100-day moving average. It had a short little reprieve yesterday before more selling came in. This is a bearish flag formation. There's your flagpole. I believe that this stock is going to continue to come down. It has relative weakness. Look what the stock has done. S&P 500 up, 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 up. Stock makes a little bit of an effort here. Can't even get to the 50-day moving average. Barely got above the 100-day moving average, and now it's starting to roll over. I like Z as a short today during the day. Lots of different searches for us to use so that we can find stocks with relative strength and relative weakness. That is our edge. The market is going nowhere, but we've got lots of rotation within the market to provide us with lots of action during the day. One macro note on the market, we are seeing the market break through this upward sloping trend line, connecting the highs. And once that happens, we know that we start getting into territory where there could be a buying climax. We have earnings coming out. They've been good this week. Banks have reported good reaction for the most part. Tech stocks always spark buying and optimism. So until all the major tech companies have reported, I think the market bid is going to be fairly strong. SPY 420 is my target. I think that if we get above 420 in the next few days, the market's going to be a bit overextended, and we are likely to see some profit taking. We've rallied almost 8% in the last 3 weeks. That is a big move, and there is the line. This actually was a bad data point, so exclude that. And you can see how now we have poked through. What we'll also be watching is VXX. So let's put VXX up. If you start to see the market moving higher and VXX starting to move higher, that's a warning sign. So what do? We click GTC, I'm going to pick out this little candle right here. I don't want to go too far up because I want to know right away if VIX is starting to rise. And I'll just put another one right here for safe measure. If this starts to climb and I've got the market inching its way up to 420, I'm going to know that we need to start taking profits and go to the sidelines because the chances for a market dip are increasing. I'm looking for a normal dip. I'm not looking for a massive sell-off. I'm not out there aggressively buying puts. I am taking profits on my long positions with the intentions of re-entering at a lower price when we get that market dip. We are in a sweet spot right now. Only fools would aggressively short this market. There's no reason to, but you're likely to see a little bit of profit taking come in. All of you probably have big gains on your long positions, and you're probably getting a little anxious thinking it'd be nice to take a few chips off the table. Well, that mentality spreads, and you've got institutions thinking the same thing. They take a little bit of money off the table, and you see a little bit of a market pullback. You find support maybe around the 400 level on SPY, and then you get a nice rally once that support is tested and that breakout is tested, and then we're back on track. Gives us a nice entry point for our long positions. That's all I've got for you today. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.